Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Megan. I'm the owner of a small business called Fauna, and in today's video I'm going to be taking you guys along with me for our first market of the year. I'm being very quiet because it's really early at the minute. We are just about to head off, but we're going to be going to the Spring Folk Market, which is hosted by Friendly Folk Market, hosted by the lovely Heather, who owns Hallow Ceramics. She's an incredible businesswoman. Her items are beautiful, and we did their first market in Christmas and we loved it. It was such an amazing vibe. It was so cool to attend, and luckily we have been accepted to go back to their second one, which is this one, the spring one. So I'm going to take you guys along with us, but unfortunately I really wanted to do a mic'd up market, but if you caught my last vlog, I've had to send my mic off to be checked and tested to see if it's broken, see if it can be fixed or replaced or whatever. So I don't know how I'm going to actually do that. I do have some old microphones. I think the battery's completely dead on them, and a few other things that we could try. No idea if I'm going to be able to do it, but if not, I'll just take you guys along with me and film what we can. But let's go. Hopefully it's going to be a really good day. Guys, we're all set up and I'm an hour early. We've never done it this quick before. I think it's because I've not brought that much stock. When I was putting the stock out, I started to panic that I hadn't brought much stuff. I left my headbands at home and stuff, but I think it actually looks pretty good. It looks quite good for being not as like jam-packed, and we have an hour to now actually walk around, browse the different stall holders here, because there's always so many incredible people in Nottingham, I find, and Heather does a great job at choosing amazing small businesses as well. So I'm gonna go and chat to Chloe and Ethan over there from Artifact Studios, have a quick catch up and stuff. So it's actually nice to have a bit of time and not be stressed, because it's, I was gonna say, it's very rare. It's never happened before, I don't think. So let's have a quick walk around. There's Heather, she's amazing. It's the hall. There's no music on yet, which is great. So we've got bunch of cakes, we've got macrame, we've got crochet, we've got beautiful prints, loads of stuff, cute clothes. Ooh, I like the look of this. So this is Heather's stall, and this is Hallow, her business. I like the clocks, they're really cool. They're so cool. Right guys, when we were at this event, Alex and I took a short moment to have a look at my 6-foot table setup, and we started to make note of things that we want to change or potentially improve upon, because I'm always looking at ways to make it look better or easier to set up at the start of the event and stuff. So firstly, this little sign at the bottom, I do really like this sign, but it wasn't made with this purpose in mind. Some of you will know that it was made as kind of a hanging shop sign that I attach to my gazebo when I do an outside setup. So it's made of wood, which makes it a little bit heavy, and it is quite small. It also takes up quite a bit of time when setting up to attach it to the table and stuff, but I did find that using my big PVC banner is also a faff, and it does put holes in my tablecloth, and sadly sometimes if it's really creased it just doesn't look that professional. So I'm still hoping to change this up and maybe have one of those fabric style signs with my logo on it that you kind of like lay over the table like a tablecloth, kind of like what Chloe has from Artifox Studios. So that's the first thing. Next, my wristlet stand that's in the middle, it does need a lot of TLC. It's been battered over time, it's got a lot of scrapes, marks, chips in it, so I definitely need to repaint this. And I'm also thinking of taking some of the top off it in terms of sawing down the wood, just to make it a little bit shorter, so then it's a bit easier for me to see over the top and I can converse with customers easier and stuff. But this definitely does need a good touch up when it comes to the paint. Now the 2 stand-up pegboards on each side we are quite happy with, but I do think they are a tiny bit too big in terms of the extra wood that you can see at the top. I like having that little bit at the top so I can pop my price tags up there, and we're not planning on putting any extra peg holes in there. But Alex and I think that we could probably just shave it down a little bit just to make it a bit lighter to carry. And they could also do with a quick touch up of paint on the front, and the back desperately needs painting too. I know customers don't really see that very often, but if you are walking around you can see the backs of someone's setup sometimes, so they could do with a little bit of a touch up. I also want to redo my price tags because they're all in the same font, but some are bold, some aren't. They're all different sizes. Some are backed onto black card, some are backed onto white, all the borders are a bit different sizes and stuff. Some are faded over time, and I'd rather they look a bit more uniform. And then my little checkout stand, still super happy with that, so we probably won't be changing any of that up. And I think that's about it for now. But as the market's coming to an end, we're going to get everything packed up. We're going to head on home so I can do a bit of a stock count, look through my numbers and everything, and let you guys know how we did.
I don't know if I can find my way out. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt, in this toy shell, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe, and nobody is watching at night. Who wanna rise up? Need a friend to shake me out again.
Okay guys, so I'm going to do a quick recap of the market. It was an amazing day, honestly. Going back into events was a little bit daunting because I've had quite a few months off, but it was so good. We had such a good day. The Friendly Folk Market is amazing. It was only had the second one and she just smashed it out of the park again. It was busy, which was not a surprise because I did say this to Heather. I was like, I went in with like no expectations whatsoever, because with it only being the second one, with it being on the same day as like a specific football match, so traffic and parking in the area was going to be horrendous, but it was really busy. They did such a good job. We had a fabulous day. We met so many wonderful people, got to catch up with other small business friends and stuff, and we had a really good day in terms of sales, which I'm so happy with. And I'm also so relieved because I do personally like to be transparent about certain things. I know a lot of people have issues with people talking about money and whatever, but I like to be realistic. Not every single person running a small business is making pure buck. I've not really earned any money in quite a long time just because of our situation of like moving and stuff and taking some time away from the business. So it was a really big relief to have had a good business day at this event. So I'll quickly run through some of my numbers. First of all, we had 43 sales. It did cost me about £60 I think to be there, and we took over £350, which we are very, very, very happy about. My best seller was mini scrunchies. If I've added it all up correctly, I think we sold sold 62 mini scrunchies. I sold 9 mystery scrunchies, 7 XLs, and a few different items here and there, which is fabulous. I was so happy as well because I sold one of my caps, which is my most expensive item, so I was very, very, very happy about that. My best selling hours were between 11 and 12. One of the good things about this market is it was only a 4-hour event, and if you've done events before, markets or whatever, they can be extremely long days, extremely tiring and exhausting, so it was only a 4-hour one, which is great. But yeah, between 11 and 12 was my busiest hour, and I think the average spend worked out at about £8 something, which is pretty decent because a lot of my items are on the lower scale in terms of like cost per item. So overall, an amazing day, and I couldn't have done any of it, as always, without Alex. He was absolutely incredible. It was just great to be back doing markets and stuff again, and it always helps when it's a good one. So a massive thank you to Heather and Friendly Folk Market for hosting a fabulous event and letting us go again. Hopefully we'll do more in the future. But as per, I do need to crack on with a lot of stuff. Mostly today I'm going to be doing a bunch of editing just so I can get on top of my content and my YouTube channel and stuff. But I'm going to crack straight back on with making items and market prepping because I've got another event this weekend, and it's an outdoor event, which is always really scary and nerve-wracking in the UK because you just have no idea what the weather's going to be like. So I really hope it's going to be a good day and the weather's going to be great and whatever. But I have got a gazebo space, which means I've got a bigger space, which means the potential for more stock. So I got a lot to do, a lot to crack on with. So I'm going to leave this video here. If you give it a massive thumbs up, leave me a comment down below and subscribe if you aren't. All the social media, including the website for Fauna Rose, is linked down below, so feel free to head on over there and check it out. But apart from that, I'll catch you in my next one. Bye!